Hello, good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the third video. This is our third video for this series, and we are going to start our series now. Welcome back, and it's Brainsoft, and my name is Kenneth from Brainsoft, and I'm your teacher or your trainer. My name is Kenneth Hack. I'm your trainer to take you through this series. Welcome back once again, and today we have a wonderful topic for all of you. Today we are going to talk about what we call networking basics. We are going to talk about networking basics. As I explained earlier on in our first video, I said these are chapter topics. We have subtopics under them, and under networking basics, what you are going to talk about today is called network communications. We are going to deal with network communication. So under network communication, what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about a whole lot. So now let's start with our first thing that we're going to talk about. Now, before we start the whole thing, I want to put out a question which will open the way for us to get into the mood. What is a data network? That's the first thing we want to know in this topic. We want to know what a data network is. What is a data network? I'm giving you like 30 seconds to think about it. What's a data network? Do you have any idea? I think that guy got it right. Now let's move on. Simply put, a data network is an array of computers and other devices connected together by a common medium that enables them to communicate with each other. Let me take it there. Just simply put, a data network is an array of computers and other devices connected together by a common medium that enables them to communicate. That is what we term as data network. Let me try to explain what is on the screen for you. What I'm trying to say is that when you connect, assume you have 5 computers, PCs in the home, you connect them through a common medium, using a common medium to connect them to communicate. That's what we call data network. That's what we call data network. Now, the common medium can be something of like maybe, let's see, the common medium can be a wire using a copper or a fiber optic cable. That can be a common medium. Nowadays, we have what we call the Cat 6, the Cat 5, the Cat 5E. That is the UTP, on-shaded twisted pair, and the shaded twisted pair cables are around. The fiber optics is still around. Even the copper, that's the coaxial cable, is still around. So you can get all these cables, and that is what we call the common medium. Now, you can also use wireless using infrared or radio signals. That's also another way of connecting computers or devices together to share data. This is what we call data network. Something like the wireless using infrared radio signals is common nowadays too. You can find it, or connected to a service provider. That one is also key. I didn't put that one in the slides, but you can jot it down. That one is also connected to a service provider, such as a telephone or cable television network. That one is also key. A data network can be as simple as 2 home computers connected together. As so simple as that. It's not something big that will make you go like, oh, what is this? Just connecting 2 computers together using cable. That is the UTP cable. That is using what we call the crossover cable to connect 2 computers is what we term as data network. That is it. That's what we term as data network. Now, it can also be a complex as the internet, whereby all computers in the world is joined together. Millions of computers are joined together around the world. That is it. Why connecting computers together? That would be another question I would like to ask. So why do we want to connect computers together? But before we get to that question, I want to show you some of the cables we are talking about. We talked about the wide using copper. Let me show you. There is a coaxial cable, and you can use this cable to connect computers. In the olden days, that's what we used to do. You can use this. Now we use it for television and stuff like that. Yeah, it's cool. It's a radio and television signals. So that one is also called a data network. We call it fiber optic cables, and let me show you one. We have different types of fiber optic cables. This is one type of it. We will get into fiber optics. So when we get there, I will explain it into detail. But now we are just using it for example. We just want to show it. So we get into fiber optic. That is where we talk about data transfer and stuff like that. Now, back to my question I was asking. Why connecting computers together, or why do we connect computers together? There are two main reasons why we connect computers together. The two main reasons are: one, to share hardware. That is the first thing you need to know, to share hardware. Why is it that we need to connect computers to share hardware? No, in the early days of the PC world, the only way to print a document, like you are in the office and you want to print a document, is to connect to a printer. You connect it to the printer and you print. And when businesses were coming on board, they embrace this IT thing, they embrace the computer thing. They want to use it in their businesses. They want to print. Like you have 20 employees in a company and each one wants to print something. That means we need to send a printer to maybe Kofi, for Kofi to connect his or her PC to the printer to print. Then we move it to Amma will connect it to print. We move it to Kwajo will connect to print. It's something that it will be tedious and no one wants to engage him or herself into such an act. It will be very, very, very difficult for people to do such a thing. So when you connect the computers networkally, you connect them through network, you network them. When you network the computers, they can share the hardware. That is the printer. The printer is the hardware, so they can share it. Now let me do that with an example here so that you can understand. Assuming this is a computer here, this is a computer. I'm using my mouse, so please don't worry. This is Kofi. Kofi is here, and we have Kwajo here. We have Ya also here. We have Bernard also here, and we have one printer here. This is the printer. So let me do it P, and let me do this one C, and C, and another C. We have the printer. We have 4 computers here. Now, if the first computer, 1, 2, 3, 4, if we have these computers and computer 1 wants to print a document, he wants to print a document. Maybe this is the document he wants to print. He wants to print a document. What he or she needs to do is to connect this printer to his machine and then print. If 2 want to print a document, he also need to connect to the printer and print. If 3, the same thing applies. So that means the printer will be moving from one person to the other, so from 1 to maybe 2, maybe to 4, maybe to 3. And who will be doing that work? Who is going to carry the printer, moving it around? No one will do that. But if they are connected, they are networked using a single or a common medium, it could be maybe UTP, STP, or maybe this is a coaxial cable. So let me use UTP, unshaded twisted pair. They are connected through UTP, unshaded twisted pair cable. Then Kofi, Kwajo, Ama, or whatever, whoever they can sit in front of their desk, in front of their PCs, and then print their documents, because now they are connected to the printer. All of them are connected to the printer. So that is one thing you need to know. You share what we call common hardware. That's it. Let me try to erase it, and let me try to. Then the next one is they share data. That one is also very, 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 very important. In the same way networking made it possible for computer to share data rather than save document file to the removable disk and walk it to another computer. This is it. Data sharing. Data. When I talk about data, what do I mean by data? Documents. They share data, documents. If, as I explained using my horrible drawings to explain to you. If you have like 20 people in a company, they want to view one document, an important document. This is what we do. Normally, we get a removable disk. Even at first, it was a CD. You get a CD, you copy the file on it, then you copy it to another one. You'll be copying it. But with the network or the network connection, when they are networked, it's simple. You can put it on a server, then you allow others to view. You give access to others so that they can also use the data, or they can use the document or anything, whether music, video, any file. That's what we meant by sharing of data. So these are the two main reasons why it's important to connect these computers together. Now let us move on to what we call the local area network. That's the LAN. It's very important. In the earliest PC network used copper-based cables as a network medium, as I did explain. The early ages, when computer came into existence, they were using this coaxial cable, copper-based cables as network medium, and many still do. As I'm speaking to you, many still do. In 2018, they still use it. Yeah, they do. Now let's see. A local area network, that's the LAN, is a group of computers or other devices that share a common location. Listen, let me take it again and I will explain. I said a local area network, LAN, is a group of computers or other devices that share a common location, such as a room, a floor, or a building. So you can have a building, a full building, and all computers are connected together. That can be a LAN. Yeah, that's a LAN. A floor, first floor connected together is a LAN. Classroom connected is a LAN. Your room connected is a LAN. When these places are network, we call it LAN. That is it. But there is one thing we need to note here. You need to take this thing very seriously. You need to know that devices connected to a LAN, such as computers or printers, are generally referred to as nodes. We will get to what node is, but I've given you an idea. When you have a connection of computers, now let me show you something. I want to show you something from the LAN. Now, good. This is a server, this is a switch, or maybe a router. Switch. You have 4 computers here. They are connected. This is called the LAN. You can see LAN, they are connected. This is the LAN. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we call the local area network. Now let us move on. Now let us move on to what we call the wide area network. That is the WAN. We are talking about the WAN. Now we now know local area network. So what about the WAN? So now let us move straight to what we term as the WAN. A wide area network is a group of computers connected by a longer distance. The first one that we did explain, that LAN is like a building, a room, a floor, anything. But this one, they are connected from a longer distance. Like you are in Accra and someone is in Kumasi. There is a company in Accra and there is another company in Kumasi. When they are connected together, they need to use this one technology because they can't connect through a switch or a hub. They need to use this, what we call the one technology. Connected by a longer distance communication technology provided by third party service. No, this is when we call in the ISPs and the other staffs, such as a telephone company, internet connections for LANs or individual computers, whether they use dial-up modems or telephone lines or broadband technologies, are all one lens, like the Vodafone, MTN, Glo, Tigo. They are all one technologies. Now, note this: WAN connections are much slower than LAN connections. It's true, because of the distance. They are very, very, very slower than LAN. LAN is very fast, but WAN is expensive than LAN. They are really, really expensive. They are. Now, let me show you another WAN connection. I want to show you how it looks like. This is the internet. So here we have our ISP. We have our ISP. Forgive me, I'm using the mouse. We have our ISP. Maybe Tigo. Maybe Tigo is our ISP. They are providing us the internet. So you can see. So here, there's a different company, and there's also a different company, and there is a router here. There is a router. The ISP is giving us the connection. He is providing us the connection. So first company, second company, they are connected through this ISP, that is the internet, and that's when we call WAN. So this is called WAN. And let us move on. So in our next lesson, for this lesson, we are done with this lesson. In our next lesson, we are going to talk about signals and protocols. That's what we are going to talk about in our next lesson. So thanks for watching, and please, when you say a prayer, please say one for me too. I'm out. Peace. Shalom. Bye for now.